Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to the In the Zone daily ACD recap for Friday, June 17th, 2016. In these recap videos, I go over the best ACD setups that occurred on this day. These videos are intended to show you the types of trades the ACD method offers on a daily basis. Before I get into today's trading, I wanted to mention to you guys that are following along that over the next several weeks, I have a very busy schedule. We're taking vacation as a family, and also we'll be running into the 4th of July holiday, and then also my daughter will be doing a basketball camp. And I just realized that over this period of time it's going to be very difficult for me to do the daily recap videos, and so I've decided to put them on hold until sometime in August. So over the next, I would say, month and a half, I won't be doing these daily recap. I just can't seem to. I'm really busy. I'm sorry that I can't do it. I hope you guys are getting some information out of them. I hope it's helping you understand the ACD method on the ES. And hopefully over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be really busy. And so I will try to continue to post the A points on Twitter. Next week will be kind of sporadic. The following week, I will be totally away from my computer and the markets, and so there won't be anything posted that week. And that's the week of the 27th through the 1st of July. I won't be near a computer, and so I won't be able to do any posting of anything that week. And then, of course, the following week, you get into a shortened week with the 4th of July holiday. And that week will also be sporadic. And then hopefully going forward from there, I'll at least be able to post the A points on Twitter in the morning at 9:40. And so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Okay, so let's get into today's trading. Today, we had a wide pivot range going into today, and we also had from our trade planner, we also knew that 30 days ago we had a minus day, and so what you want to watch for is you want to watch to see if that can set up, and the setup for that would be the opening range would be above the pivot range, and then price would move down through the opening range, make its way through the pivot range, and close below the pivot range, and that would be a minus day. And so you want to watch for the setup. Well, this morning we opened above our pivot range, but our opening range came down into our pivot range and they overlapped. And so in order to have a minus day, you can't have any overlap between the opening range and the pivot range. And so within the first 10 minutes we knew that the minus day was not setting up. However, we did get an A down today, and then we did push through the bottom of the pivot range, and so you could call that an A down through the pivot. However, the best A downs through pivot or A up through pivot happen when that A point is just beyond the pivot range, high or low. Okay, and in today's trading, that would be the A point. You would have wanted to see that A point somewhere down around the 2056 or 2055 area to really give you a good A down through the pivot. When the A point is within the pivot range like it was today, it doesn't give you the best setups, and that's because you're still within a supportive pivot range, and so it's got to fight through that pivot range, and by the time it fights through it, it gets kind of muddy. Okay, and so the best setups happen when that yellow line right here, the A down line, would be just beyond the pivot range, and then you get both signals. You get a failure of the pivot range and you get an A down. And so today I knew that this wasn't the best A down through the pivot. So let me talk about, there was a bounce here on the first touch, okay, that bounced back to the opening range low. And then there was another trade here from the opening range low down. Okay, so let me bring up the 1 minute here. Okay. All right, here's a 1 minute chart so you can see the trade. Let me back it up here. Okay. So right here you can see we came down pretty hard and quick to the A down. If you would have faded this move, okay, you use an 11 tick stop, okay, and then you're waiting on the time, okay. And here we spent 1, 2, 3, and 3 below it, and then we got back above it. This one kind of pushed down. Again, this is a very subjective situation here where you're watching to see, okay, is this A down confirmed or not? I would say no here, okay. And so if you would have faded this, it bounced right back up and look exactly where it went, the bottom of the opening range. Okay, hopefully by now you can see that this zone, okay, between the A down and the opening range low is a very key zone, okay. And so we bounced up. This was a good fade, okay, and you'd want to be getting out of at least a good portion of your position here to see if it can push back into the opening range. Here it didn't. It rolled right back over, came back down to the A down, and this time it did spend 5 minutes below it, confirmed the A down. Again, don't sell in the hole when you get a confirmed A down. Don't sell, wait for a bounce. And here's the bounce I was talking about. It came back up to the bottom of the opening range, and you want to sell here, okay? And you can use a low risk trade, okay? You're going to, switching back to the 10-minute chart here. You want to get short right here at the bottom of the opening range, and if it closes a 10-minute bar back into the opening range, you'd get out, okay? And so that's a very low risk trade. And this one pushed back down to the A down and even farther to the bottom of the pivot range. Couldn't get any follow through to give you a good A down through the pivot, okay? That would lead to a good trend day. Found support here, and you can tell by the wick here. Found support here, and then bounced back up, and then closed the bar back into the opening range here, and then pushed up here. Now, this high up here, if you were paying attention to the afternoon opening range, the A up for the opening range, the A up, excuse me, for the afternoon opening range was 2065.75. It came right up here to it and went a little bit above it, this high, 66.25, and then got rejected at the A up for the afternoon opening range and then pushed down. And that A down for the afternoon was 55.75, and of course we couldn't reach that, but we did push back and get rejected here back out of the opening range. Now, today's macro number, okay, it's going to be a -2. Well, 30 days ago we had a -2 also, okay, so that was in line. All right, guys, so that's the trading for today. And like I said, over the next several weeks I'm going to be on vacation, be really busy, and we'll pick these recap videos back up sometime in August, and we'll get ready to go into the end of summer, first part of fall, and hopefully I actually think that this fall is going to be, a pretty good time to trade, and I think it's going to be some good action fall. And so that's going to do it, guys, and everybody have a great summer, and we'll talk at you when I get back. All right, see you later.